The night had teeth, and it knew how to bite. The streets smelled of rain and cheap dreams, and I was just another fool trying to chase down answers. Lydia Thorn had pulled me into her web with a smile as dangerous as a loaded gun. But in this city, nobody smiles without a reason, and most of the time, that reason is murder. This one started simple. A man found floating in the bay. His throat slit and his eyes wide open like he'd seen the devil himself. The cops wanted to call it a mugging gone wrong, but I knew better. There was something about the symbols carved into his chest, something that made my skin crawl. The trail led to a derelict warehouse by the docks, the kind of place where bad deals and worse men go to disappear. That's where I found them. The Akolytes, they called themselves. A bunch of hooded freaks mumbling gibberish around a pool of seawater that wasn't supposed to be there. And in that water, God, I don't even know how to describe it. Tentacles, a mouth that shouldn't exist, eyes that weren't just looking at me. They were inside my head. The bastard in the center, the one leading the chant, smiled when he saw me. "You're too late, detective," he said. "The sleeper wakes." I did what I could. I emptied my revolver into the lot of them, but bullets don't do much against madness. The room began to shake, the walls splitting like old wood under too much pressure. I ran, and behind me, I heard the sound of water rushing in, a roar that carried something ancient, something alive. Back in my office, I poured myself a drink, my hands shaking like a leaf in a storm. Lydia sat across from me, her red dress torn, her eyes hollow. "What did you see?" she asked, her voice barely a whisper. "Something I can't unsee," I told her. "Something that doesn't belong in this world." She lit a cigarette with a trembling hand and stared out the window, where the rain had finally stopped. But the air didn't feel any lighter. It felt heavier, like the city itself knew what was out there, waiting just beneath the waves. And I knew one thing for sure. This wasn't over, not by a long shot.